like if you found the video valuable. Clara Bell didn't believe in signs. But when she walked into the art gallery on Hanover Street and saw her late fiancé's face staring back at her from a painting, she almost dropped her coffee. She hadn't spoken about Thomas in 2 years. Not since the accident. Not since the night she packed up his brushes, his sketches, and promised herself she'd never step into a gallery again. The painting. The canvas was titled, "You Were Always Looking at the Sky." It showed a man, back turned, standing on a rooftop under a violet dusk. His posture, his hair, even the scar on his neck. It was Thomas, but it wasn't signed. The gallery staff said it had arrived anonymously last week. Clara returned 3 times before leaving a note behind. Who painted this? Please. It's important. The artist. The 4th time, there was a letter waiting for her. To Clara. I'm sorry for the shock. I didn't mean to hurt you. The man in the painting, he told me about you once. He sat on the rooftop of my building every Sunday at sunset. He never gave his name. He called you his reason for looking up. I painted what he left behind. Julian. The rooftop. Clara found the address. Old building. Rusted gate. Roof access still open. She stepped onto the rooftop at sunset. It looked exactly like the painting. As the wind brushed her hair, she could almost hear Thomas. One day, you'll look up and find something worth staying for. The painter. Julian was already there. Younger than she expected. Ink-stained hands. Eyes like slate. He said her name gently, like he'd rehearsed. I wasn't sure you'd come. Why paint him? Because no one ever painted the way he waited. They talked for hours, about grief, memory, and how love leaves brushstrokes behind. The letters. Julian handed her a worn sketchbook. Inside were charcoal portraits of her, smiling, laughing, looking up. Drawn from memory. Thomas had described her to Julian. He never said you'd come. Just that you deserved to be remembered in color. Clara cried. Julian didn't touch her hand. He just sat beside her, quiet and steady. Healing. Weeks passed. Clara came back often, to the gallery, to the rooftop. She and Julian began walking after sunsets. No rush, no labels. He showed her how to paint over old canvases. She showed him how to read Thomas's favorite poems without breaking. A new painting. One morning, she found a fresh canvas in the gallery. It was her, sitting on the rooftop, head tilted, finally smiling. Title. The Sky She Finally Saw. Signed, Julian. And on the back, a note, grief paints in shadows. But love? Love always finds the light. Epilogue, the promise. They never called it fate. But on the anniversary of Thomas's death, Clara brought Julian to the sea. She stood at the cliff edge and whispered, I kept my promise. I looked up. He held her hand. And what did you find? She smiled. Someone still painting, even in the dark.